That and a mobility of feature which enabled him to alter his face completely in the passing of a second, a gift which at least one notorious criminal of history also possessed. He sat now playing with the silver-topped cane between his knees, his head slightly to one side, his whole manner one of polite and tolerant interest. But Mr. Narkom knew that this same manner marked an intensity of concentration which was positively unique. Without more ado, he plunged into the details of his story.
"It happened in this wise, Cleek,"
he said, tapping his fountain pen against his blotter until little spouts of ink fell out like jet beads.
"This is at least the 9th case of the kind we've had reported to us within the space of the last fortnight. The first robbery was at a tiny branch bank in Purley, and the bag amounted to a matter of a couple of hundred or so sovereigns. The second was at Peckham, on the outskirts, you understand. The third at Harrow, the fourth somewhere near Forest Hill, and the fifth in Croydon. Other places on the south-east side of London have come in for their share too, as for instance Annerley and Sutton. This last affair took place at Hendon during the evening of Saturday last, the 16th, wasn't it? No one observed anything untoward in the least. That is, except one witness who relates how he saw a motor car standing outside the bank's premises at 9:30 at night. He gave no thought to this, as he probably imagined, if he thought of the coincidence at all, that the manager had called there for something he had forgotten in his office.
"And where, then, does the manager live, if not over the bank itself?" put in Cleek at this juncture.
"With his wife and family in a house some distance away. A couple of old bank people, a porter and his wife, who are both thoroughly trustworthy in every way, so Mr. Barker tells me, act as caretakers. But they positively assert that they heard no one in the place that night, and no untoward happening occurred to their knowledge."
"And yet the bank was broken into and the gold taken," supplemented Cleek quietly. "And what then, Mr. Narkom? How was the deed done?"
The usual methods. The skeleton keys of a master crook obviously opened the door to the premises themselves, and soup was used to crack the safe. Everything was left perfectly neat and tidy, and only the bags of gold, amounting to £750, were gone. And not a trace of a clue to give one a notion of who did the confounded thing, or where they came from."
Any fingerprints?" Mr. Narkom shook his head.
"None. The thief or thieves used rubber gloves to handle the thing, and that was the only leg given us to stand upon, so to speak. For rubber gloves, when they're new particularly, possess a very strong smell, and this still clung to the doorknob of the safe and to several objects near it. That was how we deduced the rubber glove theory of no fingerprints at all, Cleek."
"And a very worthy deduction too, my friend," responded that gentleman with something of tolerance in his smile. "And so you have absolutely nothing to go by. Poor Mr. Narkom. The path of law and justice is by no means an easy one to tread, is it? Of course you can count upon me to help you in every way. That goes without saying. But I can't help thinking that this news from the War Office, with regard to English gold in Belgium, has something to do with these bank robberies, my friend. The two things seem to hang together in my mind, and $1 to a ducat that in the long run they identify themselves thus. Hello, who's that?" as a tap sounded at the door. "I'll be off if you're expecting visitors. I want to look into this thing a little closer. Some time or other the thieves are bound to leave a clue behind. Success breeds carelessness, you know, and if they think that Scotland Yard is giving the business up as a bad job, they won't be so deuced particular as to clearing up afterward. We'll unravel the thing between us, never fear."
"I wish I could think so, old chap,"
said Mr. Narkom a trifle gloomily.